Today's Slings myofascial training practice revolves around a very spicy version of a rollover. Hi and a warm welcome. Before we get into the rollover though, we'll do a series of exercises that prepare the body and have a lot of benefits in their own right. So you can turn sideways, parallel leg alignment, centered in the pelvis, elongated in the spine. Raise your arms forward and upward with an arm arc. Open your arms into the V position. Lift from the sternum, arch, and then release. Let your arms fall. Inhalation, arch. Exhalation, release. You are reaching out, and then you release your arms. So we are lifting the tissues in the front of the body. We are creating glide and tensile strengths. Beautiful things in general and a wonderfully complementary exercise for release, the roll down, and a roll over. So you can step onto the massage balls with your heels, create a little gap between your big toe and your second toe. Find your center again, fully elongate the spine. Nodding motion initiates the roll down. As you roll down, you engage your pelvic floor and abdominal muscles more and more strongly. Your arms are very loose. Your lower back is fully opening. You're creating glide and tensile strength in the fascia of your back, along with deep muscle strength. Now, at the lowest point, have a look at your belly. You draw your lower belly back at all times. You have space between your chest and your thighs. And then you bend the knees, release your pelvic floor and abdominal muscles. Deep, easeful squat. Unfold, lift the sit bones, extend the legs, forward fold leg stretch. Re-engage pelvic floor and abdominals. Start to roll up. Deep back strength again. It is your spine extensor muscles that are rolling you up into a centered standing position. You can now step off the balls, turn forwards, parallel leg alignment again, centered, arm circle. Lower the right arm, longest side bend towards the right side. Press the right foot onto the floor. Reach up with your right armpit. And from here, unravel with the domino. Arm, spine, side bend. Active centering. With your next inhalation, arm floats. With your exhalation, lower. One more arm floats, and if you like, add on a hip shift. As you inhale, you shift the pelvis to the side. You let it be shifted back with your exhalation. So it is this feeling of leaning the pelvis or shifting the pelvis into the fascia on the side of the hip. One more time. Utilizing that tensile strength and getting more glide. Domino, unravel, and now there is a softening, a rehydrating on the right side. Lower. And this time you can turn around the other way. You bring your heels onto the massage balls again. Balancing on the go and tuning in if this next roll down feels different in your back after the side bends. So long body first, activated through the center and rolling down. Strength from the inside out with an upward flow. Gradual full opening in the lower back. The lower abdominals keep drawing back. The pelvic floor keeps lifting up. You keep the space between your thighs and your chest. We need the same in the rollover. Bend your knees, release your pelvic floor and abdominals. Squat. Unfold, extend the legs, lift your sit bones towards the ceiling, and curl up. Finding the balanced length in the front and the back of the body. Step off the balls. Raise your arms forward and upward. Open your arms into the V position. Inhalation, arch. Exhalation, release. Now, this is an interesting feeling. You can maybe also envision that you're not just creating tensile strength in the very front of your body, but also the front of the spine. So let's do this two more times. The inside of your back is fascially getting stronger. What an amazing image. Release. And so complementary to our rollovers. So parallel leg alignment again, centered, arm circle. Lower the left arm, reach towards the left, long side bend, draw it out, reach up, shoulder settled, domino. Into a long side bend. Inhalation, arm float. Exhalation, lower. One more time. And then if you have chosen to do the hip shift on the other side, join me again. You inhale, shift the pelvis to the side. Exhalation, let it be shifted back. So can you imagine a long elastic band on the side of the body from the outside of the ankle all the way up to the armpit? And you're shifting the pelvis into this elastic band. It tensioned, it shifts the pelvis back. One more time. And then we also want to keep the fluid in this band. So you unravel with the domino, long side bend, and center. Turn sideways again, this time standing on the floor with your feet, elongating the body, and roll down. Halfway, until your hands are about at knee height. You pause the roll down motion and then scissor arms, so a pendulum swing of your arms forward and backwards in a scissor-like fashion. And as your arms pendulum swing, you slowly roll down. Now with the pendulum swing, we bring a new kind of glide into the fascia of the back. So we have multidimensional glide here, glide from the roll down, glide from the arm pendulum, and at the same time a tensioning. That's good, that's what you want. And both the glide and the tension in your fascia will support the muscles in the rollover. So this is wonderful back work you're doing here. And now you can let the arm pendulum fade out until your arms are just hanging loosely. Hands to the floor, bend the knees, crouch down, let the heels lift. Extend the legs forward, fold leg stretch. Bend the knees, lift the sternum, active forward fold. And then you step back into a long lunge with your left leg. So you have openness in the front of the hip, yet you keep the hip lifted so there is no dropping of the pelvis. Slowly extend the right leg as far as you feel comfortable. Active triangle stretch. Raise the back heel, left heel, let the front knee bend twice, and then shift back, active triangle stretch, into a dynamic lunge. Now, we are not only elasticizing the fascia of the front leg here, the Achilles tendon, the quadriceps fascia, we also want lengthening of the muscles in the back of the leg, especially the hip extensor. So that is an advantage in our rollover sequence. One more time. And then step forward with your left foot. Bend the knees, crouch down. You can lift the heels, lower the heels, forward fold leg stretch, folding. Bend the knees, lift the sternum, active forward fold. Right leg, step back, long lunge. Elongate your body as much as possible. And then first slowly extend the front leg. Reach the sit bone, left up towards the ceiling. Lift the right heel, let the front knee dynamically bend and extend. Double exhalation, slow inhalation. Oh, we go a few more times. So I love this exercise. It's a feeling of a controlled fall with a rebound. 2 more times. Now get ready. Step back buoyantly into inverted V, downward facing dog. Lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Press your hands against the floor as if you would want to push off. Now you slide one leg forward. Then you slide the other leg forward, and you are in low kneeling in the front of the mat. Take a seat, starting with a basic long sit. You're fairly far forward on the mat now. The legs are connected, and so that we are speaking the same language in the rollover, let's do a basic roll-up preparation. Engaging through the center, you tilt the pelvis back, you curl back, pause with your inhalation. Now you roll forward, bring the top of your head to the knees. This is called spine stretch position. And then from here, you center the pelvis, elongate the spine. Exhale, curl back. Pause with your inhalation. And then top of the head, close to the knees, spine stretch position. And you're curling up. We'll have a reverse spine stretch in rollover. Slide the legs out. You're in long sit. Circle your arms overhead. Open your arms to shoulder level. And now you curl forward into a spine stretch forward. And you open your arms, and we go again. So when you're curling forward, abdominals engaged, you have that space or feeling of spaciousness between your thighs and your chest. So when we do the roll over, let's do one more spine stretch. This is the feeling. Legs parallel, long, active curl in the spine. Center. And now we are rolling back. You tilt the pelvis back and you're rolling back slowly. Pelvic floor, abdominals fully engaged. Take your arms overhead. Long stretch. Circle your arms around. Bend your knees. If your hair is tied together like mine, now is a really good moment to take your hair down. Might be in your way when you do the roll over. 2 balls beside your pelvis, palms of the hands onto the balls. Find a centered alignment in your pelvis and your lower back. Press your hands onto the balls really firmly. Release and press. When we do a roll over, in the beginning, it's very tempting to press the hands or the forearms onto the floor to roll over. So, to be avoided. It's core work, not arm work. Now, you know what pressing feels like. Now, the arms are very loose on the floor. Tilt the pelvis back by engaging pelvic floor and abdominals. Curl the lower back. Peel it off the floor. This is core strength into a shoulder bridge. Arms uninvolved. Roll down very slowly. imprinting vertebra by vertebra. Center the pelvis, center the spine. Palms onto the balls. Press twice. Press, release. Press, release. Hands off the balls, arms uninvolved. Pelvic floor, abdominals engage. You curl up. Your arms stay at ease. Shoulder bridge. And you roll up again into the centered starting position. Place the balls out of the way. Arms are parallel to the body. Pelvis centered. Leg float with one leg. Second leg into tabletop. Connect the legs. Extend them up towards the ceiling. Keep your arms uninvolved for as long as possible. Pelvic floor, abdominals engage. You tilt the pelvis, you lift it, and you're peeling your spine away from the floor until you're in the rollover position. Pelvic floor, abdominals fully engaged, legs parallel to the floor, space between your chest and your thighs. Your back is working. If you like, join the sequence. So you lower the toes close to the floor or onto the floor, like a plow position, very active. You bend the knees. This is reverse spine stretch. You draw the heels towards the sit bones. You lift your knees up towards the ceiling. You extend the legs. You are back in spine stretch. Lower the toes, plow. Bend the knees, reverse spine stretch. Lift the knees up towards the ceiling and extend the legs. And we're going 2 more times. Now in terms of weight, the weight is between your shoulders or shoulder blades, the very upper part, and very little on the head. The head is fairly at ease. Now once more, lower the toes, bend the knees, lift your knees towards the ceiling, extra back work. Now hold. Press your forearms onto the floor, release the pressure, and you can roll up into a spine stretch. And then lifting up, arching up, and release. Cross the legs. Place your hands to the front of the knees, center your spine. And then with your next inhalation, bend your elbows out, lift your sternum arch. Exhale, center. So you reach out with your elbows, widen your chest. Give your sternum more space, or your ribs more space, to lift up towards the ceiling, creating a long arch in your back. One more time, complementing the rollover sequence, and it just feels really, really good. Lift the legs, extend the legs forward into a long sit again. If you like, round 2. Arms circle. T-arms, tilt the pelvis back, roll back. Now this is predominant abdominal work here as you're rolling down. Arms overhead, circle forward, and the rollover, also abdominals, but it's mainly back work. So therefore I love it a lot. The pelvis is inverted, your back muscles are getting stronger, you strengthen your back fascially. Arms alongside of your body, at ease. Leg float one leg float second leg. Connect the legs, connect your inner thighs. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Keep your arms as uninvolved as possible for as long as possible. So, pelvic floor, abdominal work, and you keep the space as you roll over. And now, if you like, we are adding on, otherwise, the sequence you did before. So, lowering into plow, active, bend the knees, reverse spine stretch, lift the knees towards the ceiling. If you like, it's like a pike. You extend the legs up towards the ceiling, And you lower the legs. We make it fluid. Toes to the floor. Bend the knees, toes to ceiling, heels to sit bones, knees towards the ceiling, extend the legs, reach the toes up, and then slowly lower the legs. If you like, very light touch, toenails to the floor. You bend the knees, you unravel the body, lifting up. This is back strength. On the way down, strength in length. You bend the knees, you keep the strength. Now, back strength, hip extensor strength, reaching up and lower. And because it feels so good, we do it one more time. You bend, you roll, you unravel. You hopefully feel very proud of yourself. Lower the legs. Bend the knees, keep them like so. Press your forearms onto the floor, release the pressure, roll up, glide your legs out, reach forward and upward into an arch, curl back. And here is a very well-deserved back massage coming. Arms overhead, circle them around. Bend the knees. Take one massage ball, close to one hand, and then roll up into a shoulder bridge position with the pelvic curl. Lift the pelvis up high, place the ball between your shoulder blades, and then roll down. And when your pelvis is on the floor, really find the spot. You know which one it is. When you have found it, you're like, oh, yes, this is it. And then you can glide the legs out. Let them relax, so you can let them roll out. And then you can reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Reach one arm up. Let your upper body roll to the opposite side. Then you reach the other arm up and you let your upper body roll along. And in a very joyful manner, you're massaging the muscles and the fascia between your shoulder blades. And although at this moment it might not feel that way, but you bring softness into the lower back, fascially, so you detension slightly, and this is promoting rehydration. And then I also love that we are mobilizing our spine in a gentle manner here after this powerful rollover sequence. And then to finish, you can let your arms rest on the floor in this melting fish pose. Close your eyes for a moment if you like. Feel the wave of the breath going through your body. A gentle expansion and an easeful softening. And then you can open your eyes. It's a little hard to get out of the pose. It's just so nice, but we'll get out of it now. So you can slide one foot towards you, the other foot towards you. Remove the ball from between your shoulder blades. Just enjoy that feeling for a moment. And then you hug one knee towards the chest, hug your other knee towards the chest. Hold on behind the knees. Lift head and shoulders off the floor. Press your legs into the hands, roll up and elongate the spine in basic long sit. You can now turn forward into a cross-legged sitting position, raising your arms overhead to the right, spiraling twist, to the center, to the left, to the center, into a long arch, into a soft curl. Open your arms, center, and release. I hope you feel empowered from the inside out, agile at the same time, light in your body, and really, seriously, very proud that you did the whole sequence. Well done.